proper protocol and homiletics, hermeneutics, and all of the techniques for putting sermons together. But I just have to do it today. Is that all right?
All right.
From a book that many of y'all like to read. What book is it?
Revelation.
Third chapter of the book of Revelation. I want you to put your finger on that one, and then I want you to hurry up and put the car in reverse and run back over to the book of Ezekiel, 36th chapter. Now we're going forward in the book of Revelation. But then I want you to put it in reverse real fast. See, that's what y'all get for trying to surprise me. That's what you get for it. See, you need to let me know what's going on. And put it in reverse real fast. And we go back over to the book of Ezekiel. That's all right?
All right.
The third chapter, New King James Version of the book of Revelation, the 19th verse. I want you to listen intensively real well. So then, because you are lukewarm, neither cold nor hot, I will spew you out. I'm changing that word, say spit you out.
Spit you out.
I will spit you out of my mouth. Get in reverse real fast and travel back to the 36th chapter of the book of Ezekiel. And listen to what the Lord is saying to Ezekiel. I will sanctify my great name, which has been profaned among nations, which you have profaned in their midst. And the nations shall know that I am the Lord, says the Lord God, when I am hallowed in you before their eyes. I will take you from among the nations, gather you out of all countries, and bring you into your own land. Then I will sprinkle clean water on you. You shall be clean, and I will cleanse you from all of your filthiness and from all of your idols. I will give you a new heart, put a new spirit within you. I will take the heart of stone out of your flesh, and I will give you a heart of flesh. I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes, and you will keep my judgment and do them. Then you shall dwell in the land that I gave to your father. You shall be my people, and I will be your God. I will deliver you from all of your uncleanness. I will call for the grain and multiply it and bring no famine upon you. All right, come on. You may be seated. I'll give you the song for the church to stand up and be recognized. Time for the church to take its rightful position back into this society. Every organization that's worth anything gets more respect now than the church. I had to, and I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I'm not the dumbest either. I didn't know what LGBT meant until I went to Google and I asked them to define what it meant. And when I saw the definition, it shocked me because it was talking about 4 different categories of people. Understanding that God created and made everything. But I need my Bible scholars to follow me. I'm going to make this statement again. Understanding that God created and made everything. On the 6th day. He didn't say it was good. He said it was very good. God is not pleased if I step on your toes. Just say ouch. Because a lot of times the wife tells me, do you realize you be preaching to yourself? My Bible tells me that the word will do one or two things. It'll either drive you or it'll draw you. The reason why the church have lost its position in the world is because the church has given up their rights. The church is calling right wrong and calling wrong right. Preachers are not preaching the gospel. They are preaching what people want to hear. If I know that Brother Floyd is one of my big financial contributors to this church, I'm going to tailor my sermons so I don't say anything to hurt Brother Floyd. Because if I say something to hurt Brother Floyd gonna shut his pocketbook up on me. Preachers are not standing on God's word. Paul says in the book of Romans, the gospel is the power of, he said, I am now ready to preach the gospel. The gospel is the power of salvation unto everyone that. Now I hope you all don't think, according to my Bible, I hope you don't think that gentleman that killed himself last night, I don't care if he gave $10 trillion to the church. I hope you don't think he went to heaven. Let me say this again. I hope you don't think that the individual that killed himself last night went to heaven. Because my Bible says thou shalt not. But let me share something with you. Since these various colleges and technical schools and everything have opened up and they have allowed us to come in and we've gotten some education, we try to circumvent the system. I had a member ask me, Pastor? I said, yeah. Let me clear this, not here. It's in California, so don't try to figure out who it was here. They said, Pastor Harris, I said, yeah. Show you how slick they try to be, kid, how they try to circumvent this thing. If I pray and ask God to forgive me for killing myself before I do it, will I go to heaven? I said, you're going to bust hell wide open. But what are they trying? Trying to circumvent, the sister trying to justify what they were getting ready to do. There's no compromising in the gospel. It's either right or wrong. So God, Jesus was talking to John, and he said, I'm going to help y'all that don't read Revelation, to the angel of the church of Laodicea. Y'all do know who the angel was, huh? You might call me a devil, but in God's eyesight, I'm an angel. Pray, talk to me, Chandelier. To the pastor of the church of Laodicea, he says, I know your word. You are neither hot nor cold. And because you are neither hot nor cold, I ain't got no use for you. You say, well, I'm going to spit you out of my mouth. That's the trouble thing, yeah. Pastor, that ain't what the book say. I dare you to go to the 3rd chapter of the book of Revelation and start reading at the 14th verse. But then, listen to what God was saying to old man Ezekiel. Ezekiel, my people, they are stiff-necked. Don't believe fat meat is greasy. They are a disobedient people. But this is what I want you to say to the house of Israel. I'm not doing this for your sake, O Israel. But I'm doing it for my holy name's sake, which you have profaned among nations wherever you went. It's time for the church to stand up and be recognized. I'm not talking about this place here. This is the church house. I'm talking about, well, let me help you. The church is a body. The church is a body of baptized believers using the Bible as a rule and guide for their life. You can talk back to me. He says, I will, talking to Israel, I will take you from among nations. I will gather you from countries that you've been scattered to. Now I'm going to bring you back into your own land. I'm going to sprinkle you with water. I'm going to clean you up. You shall be clean, and I will cleanse you from all of your filthiness and from all of your idols. We are filthy. Hatred, malice, jealousy, enviness, lasciviousness. That makes us filthy. But I am in the world, but I'm not of the world. I often say to you, when you're moving around, somebody ought to be able to see a sign in you. When you're on the job, somebody needs to know that they see some Christ in you. in you. The deacon and I, we spent about an hour and a half in Utica yesterday. I had to go down and try to help this church because they was in serious trouble. And every one other than our deacon in Pleasant Valley is something that you could be proud of. I asked them what was their duties as a deacon. And they sit right there and one big old joker. I'll tell you what the duties are. I said, what? To tell the preacher what to do. I say, see, you already here, you already wrong. Don't come to Pleasant Valley, because see, you wrong already. But then I turned around and I asked, well, do you know how to go into the hospital room of a female? And I let him, he didn't even know how to go. But he gonna tell me what to do. But I thank God for our deacon. I said, what are we supposed to say about me? And they jumped on it. Every question, bam, bam. And them fellas, they sit there looking. Simply because, and if you ask either one of them after I baptize and I leave, they'll tell you they just didn't know. It's time for the church to stand up and be recognized in the community. But now let me help you with something. If you are acting like the world, if you acting like the world, if you dressing like the world, if you doing what the world is doing, and you are going where the world goes, you don't have a leg to stand on. But when you stand up for right, you're going to have very few friends. Ezekiel says, God said, I will sprinkle you with clean water, and you shall be clean. I will give you a new heart. That's if you got it now. And I will put a new spirit within you. I will take the heart of stone out of your flesh, and I will give you a heart of flesh. Then he says, I will put my spirit in you, and I will cause you to walk in my statutes, in other words, in my law. I will teach you how to keep my covenant of my judgment, and I will teach you how to do them. And then you should dwell in the land that I will give to your father. Can I get a witness? I was thinking about something else that the old man said. He says that he was in conversation with the Lord, and he said the hand of the Lord came upon me. It's time for the church to wake up. He said he brought me in the spirit and sit me down in the middle of a valley. And in that valley was nothing but dry bones. Can I get a witness? I heard Ezekiel say, the Lord caused me to pass by the bones. And he said to me, Son of man, can these bones, can they live? Sometimes I come up in the church house and it's like Lakeview mortuary. It's dead up in here. But if you got the Lord on your side, here. Oh, dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. Oh, pleasant valley, hear the words of the Lord. Wake up, pleasant valley. God is on the way. Will you be ready? I heard him say, God said, I will cause breath to enter and you shall live. I will put sinew on you and bring flesh upon you. Can I get a witness? But I heard he said, I will cover you with skin and put breath in you, and you shall live. Are you gonna help me? It's time. Help me say time. It's time. Time for the church to wake up. Oh, Pleasant Valley, it's time to wake up. I heard. I'm ready to go, y'all. I heard. And Ezekiel started preaching the word to his right, but nothing but dry bones. To his left was nothing but dry bones. In the back was nothing but dry bones. In the front, nothing but dry bones. But I heard when the word of the Lord went forward, the word started moving somewhere way over yonder. The Bible says that the bones started moving. The old toe bone got in a hurry and started looking for the foot bone. Are you gonna help me? But I heard that the toe bone ran over to the foot bone and hooked up to the foot bone. The foot bone heard the word of the Lord, got in a hurry, and he called, oh, ankle bone, where are you? The ankle bone was way over there, got in a hurry, ran over and found the ankle bone. The foot bone hooked up to the ankle bone. I heard the voice, the cry went out. It said, leg bone, where are you? And the leg bone got in a hurry. I'm back here. And the leg bone went back and hooked up to the ankle bone. The ankle bone started shaking and the leg bone started moving. I heard, oh, y'all better come on here. I heard the leg bone say, I can't do it by myself. I need a hip bone. Oh, hip bone, where are you? The hip bone got in a hurry and came over and hooked up to the leg bone. And the hip bone say, I need some help because I can't do it by myself. I need a backbone. And the backbone got in a hurry and found the old hip bone. The backbone hooked up to the backbone, hooked up to the hip bone. And the hip bone was by itself. Oh, shoulder bone, where are you? I heard the shoulder bone got in a hurry, found its way down to the arm bone. The arm bone hooked up to the finger bone. The finger bone hooked up to the arm bone. The arm bone hooked up to the shoulder bone. But something was still missing. I heard that the word went down and somewhere in the crevice was the head bone. And the old head Saturday morning, Saturday night, he was right there. But help me say early. Help me say early. Help me say early. Sunday morning, he got up with all power in his hand. It's time for the church to get up and be recognized. Can I get a witness? If God has done anything for you, how can you sit there if he has done anything for you? Right early this morning shook me out of a deep sleep, closed my eyes, see a brand new day, to see Father's Day. I told the Lord, I thank you. Is he all right? Is he all right? If you know he's all right, say yes. If you know it's time for the church to wake up, you ought to say it's time. Say time. Let me hear you say time for the church to wake up. Is he all right? Is he all right? Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. He's all right. Wake up! Wake up! Seven Valley! Wake up! Seven Valley! Take your rightful position in this mean world. Let a dying world know that you're a child of God. If you walk right, if you talk right, and if you act right, God will. God will. God will. He'll show up in your life. And when he show up in your life, guess what he'll do? He'll show up. It's time. And let me help you with something. It's not about denomination. It ain't about, come on baby, don't be scared. It ain't about denomination. It's not about denomination. It's about, do you know who he is? Just in case, let me share something with you. He's coming back. He's coming back. And can I tell you what he's coming back for? Can I tell you? Can I tell you what? Can I tell you he's coming back? He ain't, I know this is demonic. He ain't looking. Give me some motels now. He's coming back. And he ain't looking for no. He's not looking for no Baptist. He's not looking for no Catholic. He's not looking for no Jehovah's Witnesses. He's not looking for no Methodist. He's not looking for no Presbyterian. And he's not looking for no Mormon. Can I tell you what he's looking for? He's looking for a church without a spot or blemish. I'm excited today. I'm excited. Two of my friends, and I believe that I can call them my friends. When I met them, I'm not going to tell you their livelihood. But when I met them, they had come from California. And every time I talked to their son, I asked him, how's it going? And he tell me that they're fine. And when I came in here today, and I saw them, all I could tell is always make you smile. Come here. When I met this young man, walk over there for me. Come on back, come here. When I met him, he was sitting back in the back. And he had 2 crutches. His body had been broke up. But one thing that I give him credit for, whenever he would see me, I wouldn't recognize him, but he always recognized me. Hey, Reverend Harry. He said, you don't remember me, but then he made me know who he was. Now notice what I said. When he first came to Pleasant Valley, he was walking on crutches, wasn't he? And he didn't know whether he would ever be able to walk. But God is able. This is his daughter that I'm getting ready to take in the wall. Come here, Mom. She asked, y'all will be seated. She asked me, she wasn't satisfied last Sunday. After we talked, after the daughter joined, she was on her way out. She made a U-turn right back there where Sister Harris is, and she came over and she said, Pastor Harris? I said, yeah. She said, you don't remember me, do you? I said, baby, I said, no sense in me lying to you. I don't. She said, my husband was the one, said, we've been to the church, and he was the one that when we came, he was the one that was on the crutches. Didn't know whether he ever walked again. I said, really? He said, yeah. Pleasant Valley, you remember when we used to go to St. John in Arkansas? The president of the choir, the light-skinned lady, this is her mother. This was her mother. But she told me on last week, I say, where y'all go to church at? But I'm going to leave that alone right now. My sermon today was wake up, time for the church to wake up.